Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Gaither. I'm an Autodesk product specialist for our quantification tools on Autodesk Construction Cloud. Today, we're going to take a look at Autodesk Takeoff. Takeoff allows us to perform quantity takeoffs on two-dimensional drawing sets using area, linear, or count measurements. And we can also automate our takeoff workflow using 3D models and model objects to do our takeoffs for us. Today, I'm going to be focusing on the 2D takeoff workflow from uploading drawings into our Autodesk Construction Cloud docs, all the way through exporting takeoff quantities into an Excel document. So our workflow here, what you're seeing is the main homepage for a project. Our workflow, we're going to start here at the Files tab, which is a direct link to Autodesk Docs, which can also be accessed here. Autodesk Docs is the center point for sharing and collaboration amongst the team. You're going to be ultimately hosting your drawings, models, and any other documents that relate or pertain to this project here. And this will be something that you share amongst your team and with teams outside of your organization as well. So within these folders, one of these folders you're going to be, have your drawings and models. So down here, I've come to our 100% CD folder for this project, and to kind of reduce the clutter when we're doing our takeoffs and make your workflow a little more efficient, we can ultimately just separate out the sheets and models that we want to perform takeoffs on. So we're going to push our PDF set to sheets and models, and we can also push our Revit model to sheets and models. And once we have done so, we can come up here to sheets and models. And as you're pushing that PDF set through, or the OCR technology is able to scan the document and find the title block and find the sheet numbers and sheet titles so that it can be displayed here, so it's easy to change between drawings when you're doing your takeoff. So you can see here all of our 2D drawings, 3D models loaded in. Now we can head up to our packages. These are our different takeoff packages. So ultimately a layer of organization here where we can separate out different takeoffs by a package. What we see some of our users do is they will have, each individual estimator at an organization will have their own folder. Others may separate this out by, bid package or by different material or trade. So let's jump into the architectural package here. You can see here on the left, we have the option to, toggle between our sheets and models or our takeoff types. And all of our models and sheets that we just loaded in are going to be in here. And for this demonstration, I'm going to go to our A111 floor plan. And, the design and intention of Autodesk Takeoff is really to, improve the efficiency of that takeoff workflow. And we do so in this instance by importing takeoff types. So these takeoffs here, once they are created, you can simply just click on a takeoff type and begin measuring. But what a lot of our customers will do to reduce that setup time from project to project is they will import takeoff types either from one in particular project or from a template project that houses the takeoff types for each project. And you do so by simply importing takeoff types, selecting that takeoff package, and then coming into your takeoff types and, importing all of them or selecting, individual takeoff types to import. And then you can do so. And once you do so, then you'll have all your takeoffs here. You can simply select your takeoff type, come in here and begin measuring. So we're going to measure these, 2x6 studs or 2x6 partitions. And just, that's an external wall. Well, just for the example here, you can see I've just done a couple of measurements. We're getting 111 2x6 studs. So we're getting multiple outputs with this measurement. I measured 148 linear feet. So this is giving us an estimation of the amount of studs we need. And it's also giving us our square footage of chipboard. So, in order to kind of understand how we create a takeoff type, we might as well just jump in there and do that. So let's create a takeoff type for the exterior. So let's say these are maybe 2x8. External, say stucco. Chipboard inside. We're going to do a linear measurement. We also have the option to measure, area. We can measure linearly as we're going to do, or we can use just a singular count of single items. So we know we're going to be measuring this linearly, so we can do, we can say our primary output here is going to be skin. This is going to be a metal wall, so we can add it to our maybe structural metal framing. And we're just going to do our linear footage for that. We can add as many additional outputs as we can possibly want to add. For this one in particular, we're going to be doing a linear measurement. So, if we wanted to calculate the amount of stucco, maybe we know we're getting that by cubic yards. So we can create a formula. We're going to do our distance, which is what we're measuring. And you can see, since I selected cubic yards, it's already auto-populated with our inputs. Since we're operating in the two-dimensional world, we need to add our width and height. So let's see here. For our width, we're going to want this to be in inches. I'm probably going to say that's, let's say 1 inch stucco. And our height, let's say these are 15-foot walls. Okay. And, we can do another one. We can get chipboard. Chipboard underlayment. Sure. We don't want to add it to a second one. And yeah, let's do square footage for this one. We can do distance times height. Perfect. All righty, so now we're getting a couple outputs here. We can start our takeoff type and begin measuring. And as you can see, the OCR technology making it very easy to snap to the edges here. Now, as you can see, we populated our skin measurement. We've got our stucco in cubic yards, and we're getting our square footage of chipboard. And once you're measured everything, we're going to be, as you're measuring things, it's going to be populated down here within our inventory, which is ultimately, a snapshot of what your Excel export is going to look like. So you can come down here to see, what your export is potentially going to look like. We can jump over here. You can actually select individual items and see, what we're measuring here. See the document. We can go directly to that also, and look directly at the takeoff that we want to look at. So a nice management tool to go review somebody's work. And yeah, then once we have everything, measured out within this takeoff package, we can group this information a couple different ways. We can either do it by primary classification type, which is our master format in this instance. We can break everything down by document. We can do it by takeoff type. Or lastly, we can group our information by location. If we have, let's say these over here are part of a specific zone, we can add these to this new area 3. And now those will be, that'll be one specific zone that we can then group our information that way. But we're going to leave it here in the classification type and do export, which exports our quantities and takeoffs into this Excel sheet. Very easy to edit. manipulate, add more information to this, take information from this, add it to your own document, so that you can potentially import that into your estimating software or future construction management software. So this is what you would get. And so thank you for the time. That's what I wanted to show today for our 2D takeoff workflow. If you'd like to see more on the 3D takeoff workflow, I'd be happy to schedule a demonstration or record another video. Either way, thank you for the time and looking forward to meeting you in the future. Thank you.